Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Haulin Bass TV. Today we have a really cool video for you. We actually have a Lucky Tackle Box review and unboxing. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. If you want a sneak peek into everything that's going on, we've actually already posted that we're opening this, and the video will be up soon over on Instagram at Haulin Bass TV. We'll have that link down below in the description. Let's get into this video. All right, guys, let's get into this box. All right, first thing I see when I get in here is actually what's in the box. They have a list. That's awesome that they list that out, prices and everything. On the back side, they got a little note, and their YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook is on there on the bottom. Be sure to give those guys a follow. Next thing I see is their Lucky magazine. This thing is awesome. I know I've read it before, and there's actually something really cool. We got featured in there for this month's box. Be sure to go look at what we got in there. So when we open the box, let's see. Well, we're tearing stuff now. Maybe. There we go. First lure we see is Big Mouth Baits. Looks like a jerk bait. Let's see, the Jawbreaker. Nobody ever made an impact following the rules. It's the Instigator and Fire Tiger, 110 millimeter. That's gonna be good for winter bass. When they're sitting there, they're real slow, lethargic. It's a really good bait to fish in the winter. We got a spoon. Those things are absolutely awesome to fish in the winter. That's about the only time that I fish spoons for bass in the winter. That's a great multi-species bait though. Next thing I see is some Mustad hooks. These are the Ultra Point Mustad hooks with the grip pin edge. You can see the grip pin edge in there. These Mustad hooks are super sharp. They're really great for rigging up something similar to a Texas rig. And then we also have the Big Mouth, the EWGs by Mustad. There's 3 of them in there. Those are really good for also Texas rigging. Next thing I see in here is Producto What the Pros Throw, the Tournament Grub 4-inch. Let's see how these things are. These things pretty elastic. They're nice and squishy, soft. Fish like to hold on to them softer baits a little bit longer. I would honestly throw these on a Ned rig. That would be really good to throw on a Ned rig. Really good for this winter. Let's see. Next thing I see in here is a blade bait. I actually really like throwing these in the winter. Just like a spoon, you pop them off the bottom. They vibrate real good. This is by Action Strike. It's an Echo blade vibration bait, great for targeting bass. And these things will catch anything from bass to northern, pike to crappie, everything you can catch these off of. Next thing I see in here is T-boned 4-inch, 6.5 foot. I'm not sure. This kind of looks like a jerk bait, but it might be. Let's see. Unique action, innovative lure, baits, elegant design, movement, tactics, fish fast or slow, erratic. It is a jerk bait. They did say, and it can be cast or trolled actually. These things would be really good. Jerk baits are also really good for the winter, as we said. And then we have the Hydro Trek Wave, 2.5 to 5 foot. It's a floating. This is a crankbait. And it says not all crankbaits are created equal. Unique bill shape, transmits sound differently as a bait moves through the water. This is a really cool paint job on this. I do notice that. Looks like they have really nice sharp hooks. Yep, armed with VMC hooks. I like VMC hooks. Those things are awesome, really sharp, and they're strong. Good looking crankbait. Next, we're gonna move on to swim baits. Great Lakes swim baits. They got a nice paddle on them. Let's see how they feel and smell. They certainly packed with salt, that's for sure. These things have hooks so you can fish them, I guess similar to a fluke, jerking it through the water. I don't know how well these actually float, but I'm pretty sure you could use that similar to a jerk bait in the winter, and that thing would work really well. Moving on. Next thing we got is a 4-inch goby by Smart Baits. These things would be really good fished, kind of like a Ned rig. They have a nice paddle on the back, and I think they'd have a lot of movement. They're pretty soft. They smell like they got a lot of salt in them. These things look really good for winter bass on the bottom. This is a big box, guys. There's a lot of stuff in here. Next thing is you got the Bayou Bug, also by Smart Baits. And let's get this one open and feel it. There's a lot. That's a big old paddle on the back of there. Look at that thing. That thing's huge. There's also a couple more appendages. There's a lot of appendages up here. This thing would be good used on the back of a jig, and something that's got a craw, or just even Texas rigged on there. This thing would be really cool. Good. It's also packed with a lot of salt. Next thing we got in here is the V&M, the Ultimate Bassin Bait, super scented. They're drop shot baits is what it looks like. These things look like they would work amazing on a drop shot. And you know that drop shots work really good. They have a lot of action, and these things are packed with salt. You can see it all over my hands. These things work really well on that drop shot. So the next thing we got in here is a Knockout Bait Company. It looks like it's a black with silver flake lizard in here. These things are soft. That'd be something cool and real good to drag along the bottom now. They are super stretchy too. Holy crap. Nice and soft. That big old curly tail on the back. This is also made by Producto. It says it on the back. This company here. And they feel very, very similar also. And I believe the last thing in here, we got some swim baits, and it's even got the head for the swim baits on there. Let's see, what are these? These are the Gravel Lizard. It's Fishing Depot USA. Let's see how these things feel and look. Surprisingly enough, there's not a lot of glitter on the outside, which I've noticed with a lot of glitter packed baits, that there's a lot of glitter on the outside. These things look like they can be rigged multiple ways, either with a Texas rig or with the hook that they provide. Feels like about a 1/2 ounce hook. Looks really good. I'd love to fish this now, or even in the early spring. These would be really good to throw. All right, guys. So they do have a lot of winter baits in this box. I was actually very surprised at how many winter baits that I would be using now. They look awesome. The box is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for Lucky Tackle Box for sending this out. Just make sure that you go give them a subscribe, and make sure you subscribe to us here on Haulin Bass TV. Give us a like if you like the content, and go give us a follow on Instagram. Have a good day.